What's good? 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 It's cold out here. What's up? How everybody doing? Hope everybody is well. It's what day is it? Tuesday. Tuesday, the 23rd. Tuesday, the 23rd. Hope everybody is good and well. I said I hope. I hope. I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill. They used to play that stuff when we were young, and today I'm just a bill. Sometimes we have to think about that. That was that Confunction Junction, one of them? Confunction Junction, what's your function? Working all day. We got to take them back to the fundamentals. So what I think sometimes when I'm talking, I might be going on my rants or whatever. It might mean something, it might not mean something to some people. But I'm trying to get back in the rhythm of life. I fell off for a minute, but I'll get back. As long as I got the support of the people, of my people who got love for me, I'll bounce back. I fell off for a minute. At least I think so. But I'll get back. At least I think so. I think I'll bounce back. You know. Uh this is the part of life that's supposed to be the good part. The part when you close to telling your boss what he can do or where he can put it. Uh that's the good part. Now is the part where when you sit back, I was sitting back and reflecting on my community and trying to figure out some of the amenities that can go inside of the community in which I frequent. What are we missing? What are we missing? Tell me what are we missing? What kind of amenities that we missing in our community that will make our community great? If not great, make it back to. Uh, you remember we said that how the city had all type of all types of businesses. The businesses are the amenities. We have to begin to figure out some attractions for those people who have not been over to the Jackie Joyner Kersey area. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. They developing over there. They are doing some development in the Jackie Joyner Kersey, the Pfizer area over there. They built a wrestling facility. It's just a wrestling facility. They built that particular facility. Then across from that, they got two football fields that they building. Maybe practice fields or whatever. And then on the Jackie Joyner Kersey property, they built another football field with the turf, with lines on it. It's not just grass, it's turf. Then they built two more baseball diamonds. It's considered a complex now. Those are some of the amenities that we need when it comes to sports. I don't know if they're gonna build a track, but when it comes to sports, they are building a whole complex over there. Now, we got other parts of the city that need to be addressed. East St. Louis, I have to mention East St. Louis because that's where I'm from. That's where that's the zone in which I roam, so to speak. However, we have more exits off of the highway than anybody in St. Clair County. Maybe more exits off of the highway than anybody in Southern Illinois. We have these type of this type of access because the story is when they began to build highways and stuff, they want to build around you. They want to make sure that people don't have to stop in your town. It's all strategic. However, we still have to take advantage of the access that we have. Maybe I missed something, or maybe I'm missing something, but that's what I get out of it. We have a lot of access points to get to the city. A lot of access points. Sometimes we have to understand what kind of opportunities we have when it comes to the urban area. We have a lot of opportunities. Yeah, we don't we with the some of the resources are not there, but there are a lot of people that are working inside the city. Uh, some people don't know that if the lot next door to you is grass is getting high, when they come around to do the assessments, uh, they see the neighborhood is down. They value the neighborhood, the property low. That property next door to you, or across the street from you, or right down the street from you, that has weeds up, or the house is sitting there burned down, or it's just empty and derelict, that brings your property value down. People don't know that. Some people don't know that. You know, it looks bad because a lot of people have moved out of the city, and it looks like the city is abandoned and empty. However, that's the place that people go that don't live in the city. Uh, that's where they go to have fun and party and have a good time. So we have to beautify the city. They can say East St. Louis City of Champions. The well, let me see. Welcome to the soon to be beautiful East St. Louis City of Champions. We can say that, but we have to realize that it's going to take the participation of the residents or the people who frequent in the hood, or some people left their grandmamas there, their mamas, their aunties, and all these people are left there. And as we get privileged, we move away. I understand it. Not saying it is totally right, but we still have to understand that we still have loved ones that are in these derelict neighborhoods, or rundown neighborhoods. We still have loved ones that are in those places. What we gonna do? What I'm gonna do? What you gonna do? Now, if you have no stake in the game, then you can say, well, it ain't my issue. That's their issue. You might be living in a different place where all the houses are fly, but you left granny there. Her house ain't fly. You left mama there. Her house ain't fly. You have TT there. Her house ain't fly. Some of those people living by themselves. Some of those people you said, it's not my problem. I'm not going down there and cutting the grass. I'm not going to get nobody to cut the grass. So some of the things that you see in society these days, you have to understand that a lot of stuff is by design. Some things are by design. Especially when you live in one county. Okay, the federal sometimes sponsor the state. The state sometimes sponsor the county. So the counties have to allocate some of the grant money to some of the cities. So we know one thing with St. Clair County, they were doing an investigation and finding out that uh, for the last 30 something years or 40 years, that some of the money that was allocated to fix the pumps in East St. Louis, some of the pump stations and stuff like that, they were not giving that money to the urban areas. The urban areas in St. Clair County will be considered as East St. Louis, Centerville, Washington Park. At one time, Cahokia wasn't considered an urban area. So now we got Cahokia, Allenton. Well, Allenton and Centerville, Golden Garden area, whatever. So all of that stuff is considered urban areas. They had money allocated towards making sure the pump stations were good and stuff like that, and they spent the money in other places, in other cities. They gave it to other cities. They're getting sued for that now. There's a lawsuit against them for that now. But just think about that. Over 40 years, if that's one case that they found that they were spending the money that was supposed to go to the urban areas, if they spent the money or they allocated the money towards another city, then that's a form of discrimination against the urban areas. What I'm saying is we have to, if we want to or think that we can rebuild the urban areas or just clean it up. If we think we can clean it up, we need to be cleaning it up. We need to be cleaning it up. We need to make sure that when you look around, some of these houses empty, but it's groomed. Some things are groomed, or the structure might be a little rough, but the property is groomed. It don't look bad. I can go to other communities where there are vacant houses, but the neighborhood looks good. The neighborhood looks good. I know some of the brothers that's buying back the neighborhood, but it's so spread out to the point where it's just well, this house is done. I bought another house down the street, but in 2 years I'm gonna work on that. It's taking us so long to finish the houses to the point where it looked like there's nothing going on. But if we keep the neighborhood groomed, maybe that'll change some of the attitudes. Maybe that'll change some things. Maybe that'll change the outlook of how the children come out the house and say, "Man, it's always gonna be a dump." And with always gonna be a dump comes, I'm always gonna be in this community. Some people make it out. Some people uh, move out and do well. There's a lot of people in this city that have nice and decent jobs. A lot of them. Oh, this is the average medium income is $15,000. I heard one guy say that. Of course it is. The reason for that, I'm gonna give you. I ain't giving nobody an excuse. The reason for that is that you have more young people in the city than you have old people. So the younger people are working a lot of minimum wage jobs. And when I say young, I mean from whatever working age is to 25. It's more of those people than there are older people, my age and some other people's age. So the demographics of of when it comes to income, it looks low because you have more young people working than you have older people working. Did that make sense? Sometimes you got to realize that, wait a minute, I know 50 people, 30 of them or 40 of them working. But out of the 40, only 15 of those people are 35 plus or 50 plus, 40 plus. I ain't giving no excuses, but I am saying that there are more young people than there are older people. And if the younger people are working part-time jobs, yes, the median income is going to be low. So let's get that straight. You know, and then some of the people who try to fight that and say, well, that's just it's just a just a shithole. That East St. Louis is just down and gone. Um, some of those people when they moved, their properties wasn't looking good either. At some point, somebody couldn't make you cut your grass until you moved to a different community, and you said, "I gotta keep it clean. Fairview Heights will find me." East St. Louis wasn't finding you, so you didn't care about what went on down there. East St. Louis wasn't doing city ordinance to the point where it makes you have to move stuff. Think about that. They don't if they don't enforce the codes in the city and say, "Oh well, Miss Jones is poor. She ain't got no money." Sometimes in the neighborhood, we have to get together and go down there and help Miss Jones. We know she ain't got no kids, or the kids that she did have either passed away or they moved out of town. So we have to go and help other people or help the elderly in our community. Even if you have to go and get some guys in the neighborhood that have lawnmowers that would enjoy the hustle of cutting everybody yard on the block. Cut everybody yard on the block. We have to throw some money in there, but cut everybody yard on the block. Say okay, we got each block got, I want to say each block got 10 houses, 8 houses on each block. I mean on each side. Say you got a street that got 16 houses on it. Every house give you $20 a yard. What's that, about $320? Something like that. Something like, I don't know, somewhere in there. So just hypothetically, that dude can make that amount of money per day. Go to the next block on Tuesday. This is what I'm doing. I'm cutting the other block. On Wednesday, I cut the other block. And then you make your way around every week or every 10 days. Every other Wednesday. Every other Monday. That will be bi-weekly for those of you who don't know. But if we make our way to doing this, we say you get 2 or 3 different crews, and this is what they. It's all they doing is coming through and cutting the grass and grooming the grass. Just imagine that. Just imagine somebody coming through on a regular. Don't have to ask you. Don't have to say nothing on a regular. You got to drop that bag, but on the regular. You can set it up where y'all got a community committee, and you cash app uh, to the committee your payment every week or every other week, so they won't be harassing the old people and trying to uh, bully the old people. Put the money in the pot. Okay, when you get done, we'll ride through there and we'll check it. Once we figure out that you can cut every yard on this block, then we'll go ahead and pay you. And then we'll do the other crew just like that. What I'm saying is sometimes we destroy or let our own community go down. Sometimes. I ain't saying everybody do that, but at some point we look around and we say, damn, I should have cut that. That grass too damn high now. We have to come to grips that this is what we doing in our community. We allowed them to tear down the whole downtown almost. Oh, the building ain't no good. Yeah. I go to U City Loop. They retuck pointed all the buildings. They have businesses in the buildings, downstairs and upstairs. I go to Central West End. Those buildings are old buildings too. That's what they doing. They retuck pointed them and redone them. If I go over on Boyle, Gaslight Square, they retuck pointed the buildings and redone them. Go to the Grove, Manchester. At one point in time, all that was falling in. You can get the property cheap, very cheap. Guess what? They retucked pointed the buildings, redone the buildings. I don't know if the city done that or whether personal private investors. I don't know if the city has the ability to uh, refurbish buildings where you have to pay uh, your landlord or your person you doing your lease through. Uh, it goes to the city. I don't know if that's even possible. And then we have to force our city leaders to have great ideas. Because from my vantage point, they don't have great ideas. Nobody has a good idea. Most people are in there just collecting a check. Think about that. Just think about somebody is just in there just collecting a check and you get nothing out of it. The people don't get nothing out of it. Like they do their term and they gone. Anyway, I just want to come on here and rant a little bit